charge that you caught, all that pretty much stemmed up from somebody posting some fake stuff.
That's where that shit came from, dog.
What? Cause I remember, I ain't gonna lie, you know, I stay out there in the Hammond area, and when I seen that did pop up, that, you know, with your charges and stuff, but that's crazy.
Exactly. Now imagine being told that shit while you in central booking about to be charged with all this shit. You being told that's the reason for the investigation. Somebody telling you, person, we ain't worried about the shit you was doing. We ain't worried about that shit. If this is you. Look at what you're saying on this Facebook thing. And I'm looking like, is you for real? The investigators went to central booking 2 days in a row asking my girl about that shit. They ain't come talk to me. I cut in the holding tank. I was in that bitch going off.
I already know.
I was in that bitch going off.
Lord.
My girl was pregnant at the time, and they had her in a separate room. I'm hearing them asking her questions, and I'm just overly loud talking, and then I done got into it with one of the officers. You see what I'm saying? But it turned out these motherfuckers was crooked as they stealing evidence out the evidence.
That sound about right around here.
I was fighting my charges, and that shit had to they had to throw all my charges out. Me and 1,600 more drug cases.
Ooh.
Yeah. Woo. So I'm sitting in federal custody playing cards with some other people that's waiting for to get shipped.
Yeah.
And I'm busy. I seen that shit on the news. I didn't react to it. I seen the officers, and I was like, damn, that shit crazy. 2 days passed, the shit started being aired on the news because one of the officers exposed all their heads. They had did some cut to him, and he was like, you know what, y'all won't play that game, I'm gonna tell everything. They told everything. And on the news, sitting up like this, he's sitting there, yeah, they did this, they did that. And I'm sitting there like, man, look at this shit. Like, who the motherfucker that was to me? You know what I'm saying? Out of all them but then the color of your skin, you the one who's supposed to be straight with a nigga, but you don't want to hear, you know what I'm saying? With my girl bad as a bitch. I don't know why you with him anyway, he's a sex offender. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you bitch. I'm I'm a sex offender, bitch. Let me offend you sexually. I was going over. I hit his hat. But you see how the tables turn?
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
I didn't take that lightly, dog. When them bitches, I told one of these dude named LG, silent nigga, OG nigga. I told him, I said, LG, man, look, man, LV. I said, man, they have him on the news, man, the motherfucker who was talking about that shit, that's one of the bitches that arrested me, his name on my paperwork, he one of the officers. That nigga looked at me, he said, boy, you finna go home. I said, man, you think so? He looked at me, he said, come on now, Pete, you know better than that, you been doing this. I said, man, I see this shit, and I've been thinking about this shit for 2 days, man, before I even let that shit sink in, I cling on to that sense of hope. And show the up, man, my lawyer came up there and said, Percy, you can go ahead and, yeah, you finna be out of here, man. You get your shit straight with your parole officer and shit, you good to go. You know what I'm saying? I was on parole, but I had been doing everything I was supposed to be doing for my parole requirements. You know what I mean? So by that shit getting thrown out, even the arrest, the arrest had to come it's never happened. So by me being straight on my parole, the time I was in custody went past the time I would have been off of parole if I would have been on the street. You see what I'm saying? If I would have never got arrested, I'd have been off of my parole.
You'd been on parole, yeah.
So since the charge never happened, it's I never got into the shit. So when I came home, fresh off of that shit, just out, wait a minute, I have life? I'm not gonna be gone for 35 years or plus, the judge told me, you're starting off at 30 years, Mr. Stewart, because you're a career criminal, you was arrested with this, your points is this here, to where Percy Stewart packed. I'm like, where I'm going, man? What's going on? I went to throwing up.
Huh?
Man, I went to throwing up. Yeah, not in the jail. Now, I packed my shit and got the phone. You got
the fuck out of there,
I said, she answered the phone, she said hello, and I'm knowing she ain't knowing what the number was. I'm calling from Central Booking. I'm like, man, come get me. She like, what? I'm like, man, come get me. She like, where you at? I'm knowing what she thinking. So this thinking I didn't escape.
She think you escaped, yeah.
Yeah, because that happened before. The people was behind me.
Yeah.
And they behind me, not ride about to turn their lights on, no, I'm doing 95 with 200 Civic on Airline Highway. And she done called me. So I'm like to say, yeah, I done answered the phone. I'm like, man, I'm in a high-speed chase, man. What you want, man? She, are you sound? I said, man, I put the phone on speakerphone, put that bitch right there, and tell her like, yeah, man, them bitches right up now. Tell them I'm gonna go dip this way, head that way. You know what I'm saying? So when she got that phone call, she thought it was like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, man, them bitches let me out this bitch. So she was just in shock. She knew what was going on, but that shit was kind of hard to believe. Like being under the gun like that and then being released like that, that's some miracle type shit.
Man, that's a miracle.
That's not no shit that happen every day.
Real
You know
talk.
what I mean?
Real talk.
So I looked at this like, this happened for a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other 1,600 people, the other 1,599 people.
Yeah.
I don't know. You see what I'm saying? But for me, that shit means something totally different. You probably had somebody with a possession of weed charge, got caught with a gram, and they shit had to get thrown out. My shit was something different.
Straight
you
up.
See what I'm saying? Like,
straight up.
So I feel like I got a purpose. Like it ain't meant for me to be locked in a box for forever.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, real talk. Real
Right.
talk.
So being in that position like that, like being under a rock, like just being thrown away, it make me not care about what people perceive when they see me. I don't care.
Yeah.
What people see when they see me, I do not give not one.
Straight
You
up.
feel what I'm saying? Because I done been somewhere where I was basically dead to the world.
Yeah.
I was dead before. Like I'm here, but I done been mourned by everybody who come across my path. That means everyone who I come across, you've been okay. You done accepted me dead and gone and counted out. So you don't matter to me. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What you have, your opinions is not gonna affect nothing that I got going on. And I done embraced that emotion, that realization.
Yeah.
And I done really spent time into it and meditated on it and thought about it.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, man, it don't make sense for me to, it don't even make sense for me to go get no haircut.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got clippers under my sink. The only time I'm gonna see my head is in pictures and in the mirror.
Straight
Other
up.
people got to look at it. I'm not gonna be paying no $50 every week for other people's eyes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's a waste of time and a waste of money for me.
Yeah.
I look good like this here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. So I save time and money. You feel what I'm at?
Yeah,
That's
real
the only
talk.
thing stopping me from only thing making me want to go get a haircut and look fresh is so I can look a certain way for other people. You see what I'm saying? That particular haircut, that hairline, that hoping that bitch don't recede and all that shit, that's because of what other people would think. No, as long as I don't look like no wild man, I look presentable, I'm good to go. I don't need no hairline for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see
Real
what I'm saying?
talk. Real talk.
But that's I'm not encouraging people to just shave their head to save time and money. I'm not encouraging that. That's just something that I do. You see what I'm saying? To enhance my perspective on life, to keep me in check, to remind me what other people think when they see you.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? You doing what you're supposed to do. You on the right kick. You know this. It's not up for debate.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I'm not looking for approval. I'm not looking for none of this shit. I'm already approved and certified by me, myself, and I. You feel what I'm saying?
Straight up.
On the real.
Straight up. Straight up.
On the real.